How's it going, cool kids? My name is Rainbow Floyd, and today we're talking about a subject that piqued my interest a couple of days ago, and that subject being, will Battlefield 1 kill Battlefield 4 when it is released in October? Or rather, will Battlefield 4 finally die in October? And the reason I'm saying finally is because Battlefield 4 has lasted a very long time when it comes to a life of an FPS game. I'm saying this because games like Call of Duty and Battlefield really only last 1 to 2 years before another sequel in its respective title comes out and takes most of its player base to that sequel. Now obviously some people stay back because they can't afford the game, or they just like the old prequel, or whatever you want to call it, the game previous to the newest game before that. But Battlefield 4's sequel was unfortunately Battlefield Hardline, or maybe it was fortunate from your perspective. Maybe you wanted Battlefield 4 to last longer, which I know personally I like Battlefield 4 a lot better than Battlefield Hardline. But although Battlefield Hardline is very unique and fun in many ways, it didn't keep the attention span of Battlefield gamers for long, and EA saw this. I mean, EA really realized this pretty quick. Now on the console, Battlefield Hardline did a lot better because there wasn't that many games like Battlefield on the console. But on PC, there was a plethora of fast-paced shooters, and Battlefield Hardline just, I guess, didn't distinguish itself enough, even though it had very unique, game modes. So with Battlefield Hardline not striking an interest in many Battlefield players, most Battlefield gamers reverted back to Battlefield 4 and found it more fun, even though it was, like 2 years old, or maybe 1 year old at that point. And this turnaround from Battlefield Hardline back to Battlefield 4 could be caused by maybe Battlefield 4 had a bigger scale, or maybe it had already established DLCs, maybe it had like so many maps that it was just, people weren't getting enough of it or something like that. But like I said earlier, Battlefield Hardline did find more success on the consoles. And this shift from Battlefield Hardline to Battlefield 4 on the PC can be credited to Battlefield 4's kind of revive. It breathed new life into the game. And even though I think at that time they were done releasing DLCs, like all their official DLCs were done by the time they released Battlefield Hardline, but after this kind of revive of Battlefield 4, I think maybe 1 or 2 new DLCs were released, and surprisingly one of them seemed to be nothing but community-made maps. I may be wrong on this, but also there were community challenges, which I don't know if those were there before that, but it seems something new to have community challenges in Battlefield. But this undoubtedly extended the life of Battlefield 4 and kind of killed Battlefield Hardline prematurely on the PC. Even though Battlefield Hardline, I enjoy a lot of what Battlefield Hardline has, but after it kind of died, I felt like I was missing out on the party happening out on Battlefield 4. I don't know if you felt the same, or even if you're in this train, if you're just getting into Battlefield, but it is a very exciting time as Battlefield 1 looks to be a very worthy predecessor to Battlefield 4. Now, I don't know if you've been tracking Battlefield 1 as much as I am. I haven't been overly obsessed about it, but I've seen enough of Battlefield 1 to where it looks like EA has seen all the good things in Battlefield 1, all the things they did right in Battlefield Hardline, and even Battlefield 3, they took some of the movement from Battlefield 3, taking all of that, putting a new timeline over on top of it, a new environment for gamers to explore, and putting it all in one game called Battlefield 1, of all names. And although Battlefield 1 is held in a different time frame and environment, it is the gameplay that truly matters in a video game. What we've seen so far is that Battlefield 1 has fast and exciting gameplay that we all loved to really experience in Battlefield games, and also long-distance engagements like sniper on sniper. That kind of sounds weird to say, but sniper versus sniper and counter-sniping, and everything in between submachine guns and sniper. You'll have medium-ranged engagements, clearing houses, running freaking buildings over with tanks, and maybe holding and clearing trenches. Haven't seen much of trench warfare, surprisingly. I think they did a move in the right direction. Some people were kind of disappointed that Battlefield 1 wasn't going to be nothing but bolt-action rifles, getting it from the trench, charging into machine gun fire, which sounds absolutely horrible, just trying to make an advantage, and then you have some players just camping with a machine gun or sniper rifle on the back, not doing much, but getting all the points even though they're just sitting there and just moving their mouse basically. Now Battlefield Hardline did have much of the same kind of gameplay, close up and far away, but something it lacked was scale and vehicles, really. There wasn't really that much air vehicles in Battlefield 1. I don't know if you remember, there was that cool-looking attack chopper. Not really attack chopper, you just got carried around by it and had machine guns on both the sides of it. And although it did look cool and it felt cool to be inside of it, there was no planes or anything like that. But Battlefield 1 will obviously have planes, freaking biplanes. Maybe you can shoot outside of it with revolvers, which would be pretty cool. Has tanks, has freaking blimps and battleships, and also trains. So obviously scale won't be a problem in Battlefield 1. I know some maps will be small, and some big maps. I'm just getting this from the only map we have seen. I don't really know what the name of it is. But I did see that they scaled down that map to just include the urban area in the center of the map. So we will be seeing a lot of humongous maps being scaled down, and it'll feel like a totally new map because we're just focusing on one area of that map. But you can have comfort in knowing that that map can be also used to have battleships and battle trains, battle blimps, whatever, everything battle in this game. Now that being said, you can personally just go over and look at Battlefield gameplay. I think they're streaming it on twitch.tv right now as we speak, so you can go and enjoy the fast-paced gameplay. Obviously on Twitch you might not see like crazy daisy, like good sniping action. I mean, there's just normal people playing it. But you can see from the gameplay, at least in my opinion, obviously everyone has their own different opinion, that Battlefield 1's gameplay looks absolutely just wonderful. I mean, it looks fun. I don't know how to put it any other way, but I mean, obviously they're not doing a lot of different things in the genre, but it looks very exciting. It looks new enough. They made enough innovations in the genre that it looks like it can kill Battlefield 4 finally. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but when I mean kill, I don't mean like 100% of the player base just leaving Battlefield 4, because Battlefield 4 has been around for such a long time that would be very sad to see, and some people aren't just going to have that. Some people don't like World War I. Maybe they just prefer Battlefield 4 better because they're just good at it. But I'm talking about maybe 60-80% of the player base moving on to the next genre. And I think that's what we will see in Battlefield 1, is that most of the players will move to the next genre, and for good reason. It looks very fun, and hopefully it won't be a disaster as Battlefield Hardline. That would be very disappointing, but I do think that's the end of this discussion. You can carry it on in the comments. Tell me what you think about Battlefield 1 and about Battlefield 4, if you think it'll kill Battlefield 4. I'd love to hear your discussions, and I'll obviously talk to you in the comments about this. I'm very excited. And thank you guys for watching. That is the end of the discussion, and this is actually the first video where I just sit in front of a microphone and discuss a topic, and hopefully I kept you entertained. I'll obviously be getting better at this, but I don't want to take up much of your time. You'll probably want to go and watch Battlefield 1 if you haven't seen anything of it yet. But if you did enjoy the video and you found it informative, entertaining, or just interesting, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe for more videos like this. And it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, Vale.